the under eye area.
Hi everyone and welcome. I'm Marcie Besecker, an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. Thank you for joining me on this Wednesday. I had to remember, what day is it? It's Wednesday. So welcome, and it's bingo night. I'm super excited. You'll see I've got my ears on from Disneyland, and I have my Disneyland shirt on. I say Disneyland. My granddaughter corrected me the whole week. It's Disney World. Let me first say that I have to give a disclaimer that only 1% of demonstrators, less than 1% of demonstrators earn this and make this achievement. So that is out of the way. So thank you. And I also have it written below, so I'm covered. Hi, everybody. Carol, I gave you your numbers, so I want to make sure you have those. So we had an amazing time. It was a lot of fun. It was super hot. My fear was true with the humidity in Florida. I was hoping it was going to be nicer than the last time I was there in humidity, and it wasn't. It was worse, but it was okay. We had a wonderful time, and we were able to go in and out of buildings and kind of stay cool. And so, although my granddaughter said, "Ani, why would anybody live here in this heat and humidity?" Of course, she's from Oregon, so we know it's much cooler there. Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Thank you very much, Rose. Okay, so we have a lot of things to cover really quickly. We are not going to talk a lot about Disney World today. I know, sad, but it's bingo night, and bingo's super busy and a long video. So we are going to kind of get into bingo, and we'll talk a little bit as we go. And then I have a surprise to share with you in just a bit. At least you didn't go in July. Janine, that is so true. So I hope everybody has their numbers. First off, I want to say, if you don't, let me know. Deborah Davis, I sent you a message if you're on here. And Barb, I sent you a message also. So make sure you read that, because it's about your numbers and June's bingo. Thanks. I did have a great time. So I will have to tell you that we went to Universal Epic on that Monday, that first Monday, and it was pouring rain. If you guys saw my pictures and our post on my business page, Marcie Besecker Designs, you'll see some pictures where we were just drenched, and we bought ponchos because we were like, it was so bad. We laughed about it, and it was a lot of fun, but we squished around in our shoes all day there. Most days were between 17 and 19,000 steps, which for me is 18,500 more than I normally do. So it was rough, but it was fun. Thanks, you guys. Okay, so let's get to it. May bingo. I still have a few kits left. I don't remember. I want to say 4 or 5. So if you're interested in participating tonight, there's a link below that says May bingo. Go ahead and register. Give me your numbers on the chat, please, and pay, and then you'll be in. As long as it's before the first bingo. If you do it after that, you're going to kind of miss it out on the bingo that we already did or already started. But you will be able to still get the kit and play the rest of the bingos. The other thing, I'll go over some rules because we do have some new people playing bingo. So I will get to those in just a minute. But the May bingo for tonight is $40, 4 projects, 4 games. I gave away 4 $100 prizes, and we have a lot of fun. So we're going to start with that. June's bingo is already up for registration. A lot of you have already participated and signed up for that, so thank you. Don't forget, I have the notes and totes class, and that is registration is open for that. And that is going to be mailed out by the end of the month. Fingers crossed. I've been gone, so I need to look at it tomorrow and see where I'm at and get that ready to go, because I wanted to let you or remind you it is Memorial Day weekend, and I go with my family camping, cabin camping that is. And so we're going to leave on Friday and return on Tuesday. So I will be taking some fun stuff with me to do because we usually all have some downtime. When they go out on the lake and stuff, I usually go sit at the beach. But I will be bringing a few things to play with and work on. Great memories with your granddaughter, for sure. She had a wonderful time. You're right, Rosie. We were wet, but she was having a wonderful time. Did I sign up for June yet? Carol, no. I just posted that last night. So if you didn't register today, then I don't have you registered. All right. And then, so that's the tote. I want to remind everybody about the Join special. It is an amazing special right now. There's only a few days left until the 31st, so 10 more days. And I would love to have you on my team. So at the top of my blog, which is right here, it says join my team. So go ahead and click on that and it'll walk you right through. And if you have any questions, just let me know. Hi, Dolores. How are you? All right. So today I'm going to tell you that I have a special treat for you guys. Does anybody know? I know I put on there that I have a special guest here today. Does anybody know who my special guest is? If you can guess who my special guest is, the first person that comments, I'm going to send you a prize. So let me know who you think my special guest is. Can you give me my bingo numbers? Yes. Okay, Glenetta, it's 1, 14, 25, 30, and 29. Let's see. Moving has killed my brain, I bet. My granddaughter, it is not my granddaughter. Janine, it is not Mickey Mouse. In fact, we never saw Mickey Mouse the whole time. We saw all of the princesses. We saw all of the characters, Daisy Duck, Donald Duck, all of that. Somebody has already guessed correctly, so I'm going to get back to that in just a second. Hi, Nancy. Everybody's guessing my granddaughter, my hubby. Definitely not my hubby. Robin, no, it's not Olivia. And my grandson, it is not. But somebody has guessed right. And so Myra Kurger is correct. Come on in, Miss Donna Gray.
Here comes a really smooth ride in here.
A smooth ride around the corner. So for anybody that doesn't know, this is Donna Gray. She is from Australia, and she is the #1 demonstrator in Australia. And Donna and I hooked up back in Norway.
Yes.
Actually, Paris, then
Yes.
London, then Norway. We just kind of traveled around a bit and did some fun stuff together. And so we decided, we hooked up in Disney World in Florida, and she's going to do some traveling through California. And so we took her to Yosemite, and we took her to Pismo Beach. And so yesterday was a long travel of waterfalls, trees, and rocks.
And a lot of walking.
A lot of walking. I bowed out of some of the walking because I've done it, and I'm like, I did Disney World, and I'm tired. So Trooper here and her daughter, Denny, they went with my husband and went up the falls and looked at all the waterfalls and stuff. I've seen the waterfalls. I'm good. I'm not a hiker. I do not do incline. Put me in a shopping mall or Disney World, 19,000 feet steps a day. Climbing up mountains? No. My upline note, Cheryl. Everybody says hi, Donna. Welcome, welcome. So if you haven't seen Donna, you've got to check out her YouTube channel, Donna Gray. And she's awesome. And so we've been having a lot of fun. These are the t-shirts we got in Orlando.
And our ears.
And we got to make ears. So Donna's showing her ears that she made. My granddaughter made ears, and those went home with her. So I had to get some to match my shirt. And I have another pair that I will show on next Wednesday when we talk a little bit more about the trip. So.
And we also got these shirts. Stampin' Up! Actually did these shirts for us.
And they're a Mary Poppins theme.
And
did you know that?
We got something on the back.
Donna G. Did you know they're Mary Poppins theme?
Yeah, well, okay. I mean, even our luggage tags that came in the little parcel.
Yeah.
The bag was Mary Poppins theme.
Oh, and then we got a big felt bag, which mine's still in the suitcase, which is all over my room. And, but yeah, I'll put that together and show you guys, but it's really cool. So we had a wonderful time. Rosie says, welcome to California. And everybody says, have a nice visit. Nice to see you and welcome. What part of Australia, they'd like to know?
I come from, I'll just say Brisbane, Queensland. So in the top eastern side of Australia.
Doesn't she sound funny? I'm just saying.
No, you guys all have the accent.
We have the accent, she says.
Not us.
And she says things that just crack me up, like her swimmers. She's going to put her swimmers on. And I'm thinking that's what our grandchildren wear as a diaper, because it's a swimmer diaper, and they are called swimmers. But that's her swimsuit. And so, so they're not her swimmers. It's not a diaper. And so, anyway, it's kind of funny because she'll say stuff that I'm like, oh yeah, I think I know what that is. It's kind of like my upline. She says that she can figure out what my voice text is because it never comes across correct. And she says, I think I can figure it out. So that's what I'm doing. It's like a puzzle.
And I can honestly tell you, you all have different ways of opening doors here. The way things work. We're having a real education. My daughter and I are on this holiday, and every time we go anywhere, we have to work out the plumbing system. Like, how do you make the shower work? Like, we physically turn a tap on and our shower works. You know, like, we are like, I think you got to pull this. I think you got to turn this. Which way do you get hot? Which way do you get cold?
Especially at the resort. It was kind of weird.
Yeah.
But we have an automatic faucet in our kitchen that we just touch when we're cooking. You know, you could just touch it with your arm and it comes on and off. And then my husband went to go do it, and he's like, oh, somebody turned it off. And then we realized we should tell them how to use the faucet. And then our trash can, you know, the motion one that opens up, they were like...
My daughter's in love with all the gadgets. She absolutely loves it.
She said the U.S. makes things really easy for us. They don't have that. They don't have... Oh, and we got to go to Walmart.
We did Walmart.
That was top of her list.
Not anymore.
And so I said, okay, let's go. We're going to Walmart. And so we just came back, and they were like, yeah, we don't need to see Walmart anymore. But we did do Trader Joe's. But we quick into there because I had to go get my oatmeal. And so that was a really quick trip there.
And we did a Starbucks.
Oh, yeah, so we had to do Starbucks. So I think we got a few things covered. And Pismo Beach, we went to Splash Cafe. So for those of you in California, you know. And we went to the cinnamon roll shop. So,
and In-N-Out burgers.
Oh, yes, we had In-N-Out last night for dinner. And they were like, this is the best burger we've had yet. So, anyway, there we go. So now Donna is going to leave us in a little bit. She's going to go with her daughter. Her daughter's doing a marathon, and she's going to go running. So Donna is going to ride the electric bike along. Or, Donna's going to get on the pedal bike and work it out with her and go with her on the trail around Clovis. And so she can not be by herself and
enjoy the sights of Clovis.
There you go. All right. So we're going to get ready. So I'm going to talk a little bit about how bingo works because we have some new people. So bingo, what I do is, why is my video so far behind? It's so weird. It's like we're watching this video that is way behind. So I'm going to refresh my video. How old is your daughter? She is 22.
My daughter is 22. She'll be 23 this year.
You have spiders.
We do have spiders. We have snakes as well. And the spiders aren't that scary, but... And what was I talking to Rick about? The sharks in the ocean.
Oh, yeah. He's like, but you guys have sharks, right? She's, oh, yeah, you don't want to go in the ocean because they'll eat you.
They're not that bad. They're really not that bad.
Yeah, I don't know why my video is so far behind. But for you guys, it won't be behind. But when I'm playing bingo, it's going to be kind of weird. But that's probably because I refreshed a few times. All right, so... What about Brawly?
Brawly, that's an umbrella. Is that what she's
saying?
saying?
Oh, Brawly. Yeah,
Brawly?
Maybe, because I don't know what she's talking about. Brawly to me is brawny is what I'm thinking of, which is a paper towel.
Well, unless she's talking about... Well, we call an umbrella a Brawly.
Okay.
I can't think of anything else that she was thinking. I don't know.
Probably. I don't know. There's some strange things that I just crack up because Rick's a hoot. Yeah. Janine, what was your name for Rick? I can't remember. She called him something else, and we were cracking up, so now that's his nickname. That was in Mexico. We hung out in the pool. You probably have met Janine or know Janine. You just don't know. Yeah, that's right. Umbrella.
Yeah.
That's what she's
Yeah, I
talking
thought
about.
that's what it was.
All right, so this is a long night. We're going to get busy, so let me share a bingo with you. So what we'll do is you have given me 5 numbers, and that is B-I-N-G-O, so that's 5. Whenever I call your number, you're going to type a B in the comments, and then have B-I ready to go. Type B-I and wait. When I call your second number, you're going to hit enter, and so on. So I want it to do B, and then B-I, and then B-I-N, and so on, okay? If you win bingo, the first person that writes bingo and writes it down, then you, or 6, Janine, correct. Janine accidentally put 6 numbers. I go, you put too many. She goes, bingo doesn't have 6 letters. Ha ha. Anyway, so then when you win bingo, you will send me your order of $100 or more. The first $100 I will pay. You can buy as much as you want. And I will submit the order once you pay me the difference. So I will screenshot your order and send you an invoice for the difference. Once you pay that difference, I will submit your order and it will be shipped directly to you. I do ask that you give me your order during the same month that you win. So if you'd like it done tonight or tomorrow, get that order into me. Otherwise, I'm going to be camping and I come back on Tuesday evening. So I'll have next week and I can get it in for you in plenty of time. Okay, so that's pretty much it. If you are the second bingo, then that's a consolation prize. So I just send you something. Sometimes it's a stamp set, sometimes it's embellishments, maybe some ribbon or a combination of things. And only one person is consolation. Now, if you do get the consolation prize, you can forego the consolation prize and continue on and try to get a bingo. If you win bingo or a consolation prize, then that is it for the rest of the night for you for winning a bingo. So that's kind of how that works. Thank you, Marilyn, for liking and sharing. I don't think I gave you your numbers, Marilyn. Let me get them. I know you asked for them before I forget. 4, 11, 13, 25, and 28. So I'm guessing Myra is from Australia.
Myra?
Is Myra, are you from Australia? The one that guessed that Donna is here. Kurger, I think was your last name. Because I'm going to send you a prize. If you are from Australia, I'm going to pay Donna postage to ship you your stuff because I'm not supposed to ship. But I'm gifting it away. I'm not selling it to you. So I'm going to write your name down now, so I don't forget. And we will work that out.
Nika's on here. Hello.
Yeah, she's on here a lot. Hello, hello. Are you enjoying a night in a camper? Oh no, Twyla. It is cabin camping. So we have a bunch of cabins and the whole family, everybody's siblings and cousins all fill it up. My daughter is Jennifer Roque. That's what I told her. She was a presenter at the Stamp Out Fires. She saw you in Florida.
Oh, okay. Yes, she did too.
She came to Florida and she was in the lobby.
Yeah.
So look at how far behind we are. That's just crazy. My video is way behind. Usually it's not that far behind, so it's going to be kind of weird for bingo. But anyway, so I hope that makes sense with the bingo. And then that's it. So just be ready to go when we're calling the numbers and type them in and we'll be good to go. All right, so let's get busy with the first one. So here is the first card. Oops, this is way close. So here is the first card. And so I have it, the Arch card. And so here's what your kit's going to look like. I'm using the pretty florals for the flowers. You can use whatever flowers you have. So I chose this paper was from the, it's written below. Wow. Impressions of Bloom, I believe. And I used the ones with the purple. And then I just added some flowers on here. You use whatever flowers you have, okay? So this is what your kit's going to look like. And thank you to Donna for helping me with your guys' bonus card today. And packaging everything for us because apparently I thought I was farther ahead on my last card than I was. And so thank goodness she helped. All right, so what we're going to do is you have your 3 arches, okay? And then you're going to have this piece here. So you're going to notice on the back, with all my cheat numbers, we're just going to lay it across the back right here, okay? So we're just going to lay that across on the back. And you want to give yourself just a little bit of space. If you look right here, there's just a little bit of space in between so that it folds up correctly, okay? So we're going to do this one, this one, and this one. So it's going to be like that. So let's go ahead and add this one on here. So what I like to do is we're going to use liquid glue just so we know that it stays, especially when it's a motion card. I like to use the liquid. Oh, look at that. It works after a week of not crafting. That's always
waiting for you to come home.
I know. All right. So let's clean up the mess. All right. So if remember, if you want measurements of this, get your bingo package when you get it, lay it out, and you'll get your measurements and everything and your scoring and all that stuff. So I don't give it out on bingo. I just don't have time. It's kind of a crazy evening. All right. So I'm just leaving that seam right there, and I'm going just a little bit above with this. So this panels will come down just a little bit. Okay, if you want to decorate your panels first, you can do that. We're just going to glue on them, so I'm not too concerned. Now remember, this one's going to go like this. You want your panels to align, right? So when you fold them, your card folds nicely together and you don't have extra panels sticking out. So that is kind of another secret that I like to do. So you're going to go just a little bit, make sure your panels are the right way. So you're just going to go a little bit below. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put glue here. And there are some people, when they do these kinds of cards, they will do just little panels on the edges, but I felt that it was flat enough that I was able to just do one larger panel all the way across because I didn't want them to separate. Okay, so we're going to add that. We're going to add this on here like this, and then I'm going to fold it up. All right, and I'm just going to make sure my panels line up, and that's good. And now we're going to do this one over here. I love when these get clogged up. So Donna gets to take off tomorrow and get on an Amtrak and continue her travels. She's going to see LA, San Francisco, Sonora, Scottsdale. Is that where you're going? Yes. Arizona. She'll go to Scottsdale. So she's got some more traveling to do. All right, my bottle is...
Oh, there we go. Look, Lynette's from Queensland.
Oh, there you go. Ah. That was all. I talked too soon and said my bottle of ink was doing quite well. I mean, glue. And I pulled out my other one, and it's also not being happy. I don't think I'm going to use this one. All right, let's try this again. Did she see the Grand Canyon? Oh, she will be, Nancy. Yep, that's another place she's going.
And I'm going to do a helicopter fly over the Grand Canyon.
All right. All right, my glue is just not being happy with me. So hold on one second. I'm just going to grab a glue. So if I can find one. All right. Here we go. When all else fails, just get a new one out. All right, here we go. All right, so there we go. So there's all our panels. Now the last one here we're going to do in just the white, so we can bring the white one in because that's the one you're going to write on. And whenever you're writing on it, I don't like using the liquid glue. I prefer using seal because I don't like my writing spot to be bumpy. Alright, and then the next one over, you really could use glue because you're not going to write on it. I mean, you could, I guess, at the bottom. But I just do it really thin along the bottom part. And then when I'm putting this on, I just try to make sure it's even there. And then we'll do the small one, but we're going to use the DSP. And then the small one. And I made this flat. You would think I would pop that up because normally I would, but I made this flat because it's the trifold and it's going to take up a lot of space. Oh, zoom in. Here, let's do this. Oh, that's too zoom. Hold on. Let me figure this out here. Okay, I think that's a little bit better. All right. Sometimes when I turn my computer off when I leave, like if I'm gone for a while, it like reconfigures some weird stuff sometimes.
Mine does the same thing, it goes crazy.
Isn't that awful? Okay, so there we go, there's that. And then same thing with the focus.
Yeah.
You've got to redo your focus. It's kind of crazy when you do videos and stuff. There's a lot of little things that you just don't think about that people do, but I really have an appreciation for all these video people that I watch because it's a lot of
I always think technology has its own brain,
right?
Does its own thing. Wouldn't be user error by any chance.
I think I lost part of my gems here, of course.
Over the other side with your thinking of you.
Oh, thank you. I told Donna she's going to have to come hang out more often. She's been helping me today, which is really nice. Okay, so we're going to do, you're going to have this extra piece of paper here. And so we're going to move this apart. Donna, do you like Marcie's nail polish?
Nail polish?
Yeah.
We like the pink.
We like our polishes. All right, so I'm going to move that aside and we're going to do some stamping. So let me get our colors over here. We're going to bring in a few colors. So let me show you what I've got. We're going to do Fresh Freesia and Petunia Pop with Granny Apple. Nope, that's a lie. We're doing Blackberry Bliss and Freesia with Mossy Meadow. And we're doing the Bubble Bath and Petunia Pop with Granny Apple, but we are also going to be pulling those in with Granny Apple. I decided to do Mossy Meadow on the front because there was a lot of Mossy Meadow leaves, but then you've got this Granny Apple over here and under this panel, so I decided to add those over there.
I think that DSP, it has all different tones, doesn't it?
It does,
yeah.
which what I like about it...
Which piece of DSP you've got.
Right, and what I like about it is like this is darker and lighter right here, and that's where the two-tone paper would come in really cool. If you wanted to cut out leaves or something, you can do both sides and have all the variety of colors, which is really cool. Okay, we're going to start off with this first one here. Remember, whatever colors you have, or excuse me, not whatever color, whatever flower stamps is what I would use. So I just happen to be using the pretty florals. So we're going to stamp that. All right, so there's our, oh, got a little ahead of myself. Let's stamp that again. Much better. All right, and now we're going to do the flowers. I always like to do the dark first, as you know, because I can see it.
I do too. I think it's easier to do the detail bit first.
I do too, and especially when you're wearing glasses, it's much easier. As I always have to remember, oh, wearing glasses with mini ears is just not the easiest thing.
The things you have to do.
I'm like, oh my goodness, how does Minnie do it? Okay, so I'm going to do the Blackberry Bliss, and we're going to add that right here. Okay, make sure you give yourself enough room above it because you're going to want to put your lighter color there. And this is the center of your flower. Okay, so we're going to use this in a minute. I'm just going to leave that out. All right, we're going to use Fresh Freesia now. And on the stamp set, there's these two different flowers. I'm using this one here, but you've also got this. So this goes with here, and this one goes here. Okay, and they both line up with this 3 leaf. All right, so now we're going to do the flowers, and we're going to do Fresh Freesia. And I like to stamp it fairly quickly because otherwise it starts to kind of, you know, bubble your ink up. So I'm going to come right over, and I'm looking at the bottom. So you can tell where your little grooves go. Let me find my little pokey tool here so I can show you. So right here, there's a little V, right? There's a little V here and a little V here, and those all fit into your flowers. And so there are your flowers. So we have that done. Now the next one, we're going to go back to the Blackberry Bliss while we're right here, and we're going to bring in, what is this called? This flower. Does anybody know what this flower is called? It's kind of like a lilac kind of looking flower. And so we're going to do that. So we're going to do the dark first, of course. So I'm going to do the Blackberry Bliss. And then while I'm right here, I'm going to bring in the Petunia Pop with the same stamp set. I'm done with this one.
If you want to put them over here, I can close them up.
Oh, thank you.
I can be your assistant.
Donna says she knows what being an assistant is now because she's been helping me out. She's like, now I know what my assistant feels like. And I'm like, I am loving it. All right, so Petunia, we're going to do 2 of these. All right, so there's 2 of those. So we have 2 Petunia Pop because we're going to use the bubble bath with that. So let's get back to this one. I don't need Petunia anymore. Thank you. I know, I keep forgetting to give it to you. And then we're going to use the Fresh Freesia again. And we're just going to try and not stick my head on the screen here. And okay, so there's our flower. So there's that one. So those kind of match up. And, oh, I'm still using this. And now we're going to use Bubble Bath. Hyacinth. Oh, yeah, I think you might be right. Yeah, it's bingo, Stacy. It's always earlier because it takes so long. Okay, so Bubble Bath. We're going to go right over this Petunia Pop. And they're not exact, and I'll show you what I mean. It looks exact right here, but you're going to see that you've got like little flowers that kind of come out right there a little bit. Oh, there we go. And so, but it'll still die cut. It'll be fine. You'll see. All right. Now, I'm going to die, oh no, I'm not die cutting yet. We still need this one here with our Granny Apple Green. And I goofed up here, otherwise you would have plenty of space on your paper that I gave you. And we're going to do Granny Apple Green. We need 3. All right, so there is our 3rd. And now, with magic, here we go. We have all of our flowers. So your 3 flowers will cut out separate. Those are going to go on here. We have these 3. 3. And those will go there. So let me get my silicone mat. And so what I like to do is just do it on your silicone mat because it's way easier. We're going to add these little nubby things at the top here, and these long ones right here that are white. That's what your flower is going to stick to.
I love the way they do that.
I know. I love it because before you used to be like, how am I going to make this stick?
Exactly. How
You'd
are you
have to
going to make
put
it stick
tape
together?
or
Put double-sided tape on the back.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to put our flower right here. And how do I know which flower goes where? Is because I looked in the catalog and it told me. Plus, when you stamp your stamp, you're going to notice you've got your larger one here, your medium, and your small. So, except I did it wrong on this card, so I'm going to do it right this time because I noticed I did it wrong last time. And I would have forgotten, except I was just showing you that. All right. And then this one right here. I think I took the glue off of that. That's where my hand got picked up glue. All right, so that one goes there. And this one is twirling on me. There we go. All right, so we're gonna let those sit. And now we're gonna do these 3. Now when you do this, you could do one like behind, you know what I mean, like that, so it kind of looks a little more natural. There you go. So one's kind of behind, one's in front, whatever works for you. I'll put this one in the front, and maybe I'll tuck this one on this side behind. All right, so there are those, and now we're going to bring this back in. And now I did do some popping up because, you know, you just have to. I'm laughing. I'm thinking, oh, I hope I have dimensionals out because I haven't even.
We forgot that part.
You know, when you don't craft for a week, you kind of feel like you're completely lost. All right, so let's start with this guy here, and I'm going to use my larger ones. And even though they're glued right there, I still like to put my dimensional over just to hold everything together. And then I just kind of space them out. So I'm doing one over here, and then I'm going to do one in the middle right here. All right, so there's that. Now let's turn this guy over. Was that my stomach or yours?
That was mine. Oh, wow.
We have not been eating correctly. We have not been.
I don't know whether I'll eat correctly until I get back home again.
Oh, you shouldn't. No, no. You should have fun and enjoy a vacation. But I told Denny tonight we have to eat the ice cream. We bought some ice cream, and I'm like, you guys have to help me eat it because I will eat it all by myself.
She loves ice cream.
I do love ice cream too. So we will have to have ice cream tonight. Oh, and tonight you're having tri-tip for the first time. Right?
Yes.
Donna has not had tri-tip. A lot of people don't know. Apparently, I didn't know this, but a lot of people that I know that have moved away or whatever, they're always like, we can't find tri-tip. And that's just sad because tri-tip is so good. So we're having tri-tip for dinner.
I must say, it's really nice staying with people that live over here because you actually explain things instead of us wandering around not having a clue about places and things to eat. It's been wonderful learning all of these different things because even though I come from Australia, it's amazing how different countries can be. And like even today, I went looking for long life milk and like things that we can naturally just go into our supermarket and buy. And it's like overseas, they're like, what?
So long life milk is like a milk carton, a small milk carton of milk that is warm. Kind of like how we have coconut milk or almond milk that's on a shelf and you can put it in the refrigerator. That's what she was looking for with regular milk so she can have it with her coffee. And we could not find it. We went to Trader Joe's and Walmart and neither one of them had it. So, yeah. But she did try to drive my car.
That was hilarious.
We were walking back from the store to the car and she walked right over to the driver's side and was like,
oh, I get to ride in the front. Oh, that's great. And I opened up the door and I'm like, there's a steering wheel there. Oh, my Lord, I'm in the wrong side.
So we've had a lot of fun.
That was hilarious.
That was funny. Okay, so I crisscrossed these just to kind of, you know, make it look a little more natural. There we go. You don't need the dimensional backing though, because that's not quite as natural. There we go. All right, so I just put them there. That way, in case you do want to write more here and over here, or maybe you want to add another sentiment, like this one says, thinking of you, and you could be like, have a great day, or whatever. So, you know, choose whatever you would like. We are almost ready to play bingo, so yoo-hoo, get ready. Okay, I'm going to put the sentiment on first because I know I want the sentiment here. If I did the flowers too high or whatever, then this is going to look funky. So I really want to make sure I get the sentiment on where I want it. So we are going to do that. As soon as I find my dimensionals, I just had in my hand. Donna's probably like, you use a lot of dimensionals.
No, I'm the same.
Oh, okay.
I'm the dimensional queen. I don't like anything to sag. You want to make sure it's all popped up and it's going to stay
and
exactly the way it is.
Yeah, those mail people, you never know. I don't know how they can crush my boxes. And why can't the UPS and mail boxes be a little cleaner? Because they are not. Hey, Olivia, I've got your bingo.
Sherry's saying, do they drive from the right? Yes, we do drive from the right.
Yes, they do. Marcie, did you do Whole Foods? No, we didn't. We did Trader Joe's, though. We used to buy tri-tip all the time on the East Coast. Couldn't find it here. Oh, they had it on the East Coast. That's not the name of a flower. Oh. If you can't find fried chip, check with your butcher. They may be able to cut it for you. A fried chip?
I think she's talking about tri-tip that you were talking about.
Oh, tri-tip.
It might just be a...
Yeah, it is a cut.
Yeah.
You need to take Dawn out some back roads and let her drive.
I would not be able to drive.
She'd have to rent a car.
I seriously said that I would have an accident because we drive on the opposite side of the road to what you guys do over here. We drive in the opposite side of the car to what you do over here.
And what freaked you out when I made a right-hand turn on a red light?
I mean, red light in Australia means stop no matter what. Like, what? You can actually turn on a red light? That's crazy.
Can you turn on a left light if it's red?
No.
Oh.
We can't turn on we can't do anything on a red light. You physically have to stop until it turns green. We have red and green arrows that tell us that we can turn certain right ways, but yeah.
Okay, so there are your flowers. That we have all those. You're where my trash can goes. I'm just gonna stick it over there.
It's okay. I can be the trash can.
Okay. All right. So as you know, I like to take my bow. Now this one's long. Some of them are going to be long. You can cut them to how you like. It depends on where you put your stuff. I like to do a dimensional, Number 1, it's easy and it makes it stay. And then, what do? I like to put a little bit of glue, which really makes it stay. And I'm going to put that right here on the stem. Right in the middle is kind of down below and you wouldn't be able to. And then I'm going to cut mine shorter. All right, so there, another dimensional backing. Those things like to just hang on. All right, so there's that. And now we're going to do our embellishments here. So I have 2 larger and 3 small. And these dimensionals are the free ones we got with Celebration. Use what you have. I sent you these, but I'm saying if you are creating something and you have it, use it. Which is what I'm going to do because I think these are perfect with this card. So, and then I'm going to do this one over here. And get it off. Oh, there we go. And I'm going to just set that there. And then another small one up here. Right here. All right. And so there's your card. So super cute. Fits great. Let's see. Costco has... You have more roundabouts, which she likes. I hope you're enjoying the weather. Well,
The
you're
weather's
here.
been hot. It's been hot. Very hot.
But no humidity here. Costco has them. Oh, we also went to Costco, huh?
Did the Costco trip?
Yeah. All right. So there you go. So there's your card. Isn't that pretty? Find a paper that you like. Get some color that matches and any flowers. And there you go. So that is card number 1. Yay! So card number 1. Now, who is ready to win some bingo? Let me know if you don't have your numbers. You know what you could do if you want to? Take those off. Yeah, this will save me time afterwards.
Are they cleaned already?
Yep, and then just put them in there. Wow, this is great having a helper. All right, there you go.
I'm going to disappear soon.
I know. She's leaving me tomorrow. Oh, good. I'm glad you guys like it. Driving on the right side of the road isn't hard when we visit the UK. We have to drive on the left side. Yeah, I wouldn't be doing that so well. All right, so you know that there's a little delay. So those of you that are new that do bingo are here for bingo. There's a little bit of a delay because I like to use closed captions for some of my viewers. So I want to make sure that I use that. So there's always that little bit of delay, but I also refreshed because it was doing something kind of weird. And now it's got a little bit of a lapse again. So, but when you see it and it's a bingo, it doesn't matter how far behind it is. So don't worry about that. Let's see. Isn't it great to have a helper? It sure is. All right. I'm making sure it doesn't look like anybody else needs their numbers. So I think everybody has them. So let's play. Again, if you want to participate, there's still a few kits left. Once I start this bingo, you will not be able to be eligible for this one, but you can for the next 3. So here we go. I need a new can. Look at this one's broken. I looked the other day at Disneyland, but it was, all they had is a huge one. All right, number 6. Number 6. I go a little quick at the beginning because you obviously can't win anything until you hit 5 numbers anyway. Number 4. Oh, Angelique, no worries. This is the first bingo. You just missed the first card. Donna's last name is Gray. Gray. She's going to join your channel.
Stamping with Donna G is me.
Stamping with Donna G. Number 9. All right, we've got some bees going. Number 24. Now I wait it out a little bit.
Do you want me to move this out of the way?
Sure.
What about the inks?
Oh, these, we can put those over here. I don't think I need those.
Well, I'll move it so we can't see it.
Yeah. Number 26. Oh, these have a little glare on them. Sorry, guys. I'll move them down a little bit. I normally don't have my screen up this high. Ooh, BIN. Carol has a BIN. Hi, Gerald. Yes, she does do good lives. Number 15. Yeah, I still see a glare. Pull this down a little bit. I tried to adjust my camera because it was all weird when I came back on today. Number 3.
Where would you like your blocks?
Oh, they go in my drawer. Just leave them right there. Thank you. Number 30. Number 20. So see on the screen, I'm right here still. So then I kind of pause a little bit, but BIN is the highest one. Ooh, Cheryl has a BIN also. So does Linda and Deb and Susan. Sherry has a BIN. Carol. Ooh, you guys are going. Number 7. Oh, I thought that was my cat. It's a siren. My cat has been like crazy since we got home. Like meowing and meowing and meowing. 19. And I just heard a siren, but I thought it was the cat. I was like, oh no, there she goes again.
When you first started, she was at the door meowing.
Yeah, she does that a lot. And then Rick will be in the other room like, what is up with your cat? 23. But if I let her in here, she starts eating everything. Just subscribe to your channel, Donna.
Thank you, Deborah.
Sarah has BING. Cheryl has a BING. Number 14. Ooh, Barbara has a BING. Beverly BIN. Anna BIN. 18. Now remember, even though I might be 2 numbers up, it does not matter. It's whoever says bingo first. So if you have to go to the bathroom, go during the card making. Ooh, Carol has, uh-oh, Cheryl says she has bingo. Let's take a look. Cheryl. All right, hold on one second. Why is this on? Hold on one second. I'm looking for your numbers. Okay, Cheryl, I have you registered for June, but I'm guessing that you meant to do that for May. I just want to make sure. So Cheryl, confirm with me because I have you for June's bingo, but not May. So if you meant that to be May's, let me know because I don't have anything in my email for you for May. So confirm and then let me know. I'll take those numbers and change it. Okay, so you said no bingo, so let me go back up. And Barbara has a bingo. 23, 7, 14, 6, and 3. Congratulations, Barbara. All right, no bingo. Barbara has a bingo. Okay, I want to make sure that there is not a consolation prize somewhere. All right, congratulations, Barbara. Barbara's got the first bingo. You meant to register for May. Okay, I just want to make sure of that. And I'll get your numbers off of your registration. Okay, Cheryl, I got you. All right, congratulations, Barbara. Woohoo! So just email me your order when you have it, and I will get that all taken care of for you. All right, we're going to go on to card number 2. Thank you. So here is card number 2. I absolutely love this suite. What did you say?
I said, look at that assistant.
I know, Vanna. You're doing a really good job. All right, so we're going to do this card. So your kit is going to look like this. Project number 2, it should say up here. Impressions of Bloom, which I love. And we only have one thing to stamp, and everything else is pretty much done for you. So, of course, let's start on the inside. It is a colored card base, so I usually just use white. We'll move everything to the side except what's on the inside. I feel so weird. I haven't crafted and it seems like forever. I'm like, ooh, I'm all excited. And then it's like I made these cards like right away because, as you guys know, I went to on stage and then I went to a retreat and then, oh, you know what? See what I'm doing? I forgot. All right, so we're going to bring this in because I like to put these on first to make sure they fit and I don't have anything weird going on, which that's going to be fine. But sometimes, you know, I have to trim them. And I need to redo my glue, apparently. So we want to make sure that this goes on okay. And then our little strip here should go on. Yep. I'm used to my little glue bottle. I don't want to put too much on here. Should have tested that earlier. I'm going to be having another class coming up. And if you guys haven't seen the washi tape, oh, I'm like, where did it go? We're going to be doing a class with this washi tape. It's beautiful. I showed you guys at the unboxing. And so I don't have a registration open for that yet, but I will be. So if you are interested in it, be looking for that. All right, there we go. Now we can come back in and get that on here. All right, there's our inside. My husband doesn't think anything else is in the world's going on right now. He's out there just chatting away. All right, so this is going to be a little bit longer, which is fine. We're going to put that on here first, which is what I like to do in case we need to trim it. Oh, you're going to go for your bike ride?
I think so.
Well, he said it was charged up already, so that's good. I mean, the tires are all pumped up and ready for you to go pedal.
Maybe we need your address so that we know when we're coming. If we get lost, we can use maps.
That's a good idea. Hold on. All right, we've got an emergency situation. We don't want any Australians wandering lost in our neighborhood. Just think if you're in a casino, that's our number. You need that just in case you end up at the hospital or something. There's my phone number. There you go.
All right.
All right. I think Donna's on her way to go.
I'm going to leave
pedal her bike.
Yes.
All right. So we're going to trim off just this little piece right here because I made the DSP a little longer, which is perfectly fine. We're going to bring in our white piece right here. Oh, you're good.
Well, otherwise you're going to have an empty chair there when you put your video up.
All right, we're going to put that on. And I like to leave a little bit of white, but you don't have to. I did not on this one. But sometimes I like, oh, they all said have a wonderful time.
I will try. I mean, like, I would prefer to be sitting here crafting, but, you know, it would take less energy.
Oh, somebody said, does Donna even know who Vanna is?
Who?
Who Vanna is? When I said, thank you, Vanna. She's shaking her head no. Vanna White is on Wheel of Fortune. She was the assistant that turns the letters.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I'm learning something every day.
Yeah, she's learning a lot.
I'm learning lots, like, every day.
I'm really teaching her how to shop.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Have fun. She may be back. We'll probably still be here. All right, so we're going to put that here, and we're going to cut that off because I want to show a little bit of the white. So we're just going to... Oh, did I pop that up? I did pop that up. Okay, so if you pop that up, I would just take a baby wipe and get rid of that. And we'll let that dry a second. Let's look for our dimensionals. Now, it's been a whole lot of fun having Donna here and Denny. And it's so fun. You don't think of the things that people don't have, you know. And I mean, I've been to Australia, but I don't remember not having, you know, milk in a carton or whatever. That wasn't on my list. I got Uggs. That was on my list. But, so it's just kind of fun. And it's kind of fun to listen to the words they call things. Like a jumper. They kept talking about how they need to wear their jumper. And a jumper is a jacket or a sweatshirt or a sweater. Some kind of a thing to put on to keep warm. And we say a jacket or a sweater or a sweatshirt. And they say, oh, we should have brought our jumper, or we should have put our jumper on. Next, Donna is going to the Amtrak train tomorrow, and then she is going to LA. So she'll get to ride an Amtrak until she gets to the Grapevine, and then on the Grapevine, she will go onto a bus that takes them over the Grapevine. Okay, so notice I put this on the line right here, and then I'm going to take this and just go a little over right there. And now I'm going to trim off this, which I usually like to use my larger scissors for because it's easier. And then I'm just going to go straight down right here and cut that little extra off. I tried, if I'm going to give you something and it's going to be not the exact size, I do like to go a little bit bigger because sometimes, you know, when you're cutting paper, it may not be exactly perfect, and I like it to be the ability to make it fit the right size. I'll give it a tiny bit larger. Especially if I'm mass producing, sometimes it's easier. That way you know your paper is going to be okay. All right, so there we go. Now we have our two circles. We are going to decorate our circle first because we need to put our flowers on there. Okay, so we need to put our flower on our oval here. So we're going to put these here. And see how we're going to have to cut that off. So that's why we want to do that first. We're going to put our dimensionals on. There. Watch out for your gems. Don't lose your gems. All right, so that's going to go here. I want this. I'm going to put the larger petal down. Okay, and I want this to come here. So I'm going to bring this down a little bit, and that's what I like to kind of figure out where I want my... Obviously, you don't have to put this right in the middle. You just want to make sure it's covered. So you could do it here so you could still get your flower put on. All right. So I'm going to do this and kind of give it an idea. Right there is where I want it to go. So now we are going to try this again. What die set is the oval from? It is from this same set. Oh, I don't have my dies right here. I'm using them for something else. But it's with the Impressions of Bloom. You get these flowers and the ovals come with it. All right, let's see if I can get this little glue to work here again. Now, this little thin guy, you might want, if you have this set, it's not a terrible idea to use the adhesive back because it is a very thin set. So my marking is right here where my nail is. So I'm going to put that like right here. Okay. Now I'm going to take this and put this guy right here. And that one right about there. So they cross over a little bit. Then I'm going to take my small dimensionals and put it on the little guy. I need to clean up my glue right here a little bit. Oh, I was stressing out yesterday. We went to Yosemite, and we went all over and looking at waterfalls and trees, and my husband loves that kind of stuff. And he was just like, oh, look at this, look at this, look at this. And I was like, I need to get home and get my stuff put together. And, you know, we've been running around doing stuff, and I have not. I said, I've got bingo to put together. I've got my class I need to get together. So I know the class is supposed to go out the end of May. I'm hoping it still will. It will be very close. I'm usually ahead of the game, and this time I'm stressing out a little bit because I forgot that we have our family camping, which I do every Memorial Day, but it's all right. All right, so we're going to put those on. Let's put our leaves on. And we want to stamp on here. So what I want to do is kind of think about where this stamp is going to go. This leaf, which is right there. And then this one, we can put this one on. All right, we can put this little guy right here. Okay, but now we're going to bring in our thanks. And see, I want it to be right about there. So that leaf might have to adjust like this one did and went underneath the flower just a little bit. So we may have to adjust that just a tiny bit. So we'll work on that right now. And I want it nice and straight. So look at your oval here. Seems like a weird oval, but that's what I'm calling it. All right, and I'm going to have this go right here. So it goes off to the edge, which is fine, and we'll just get our leaf to go right where we want it. And that's good. It doesn't have to be a big sentiment. All right, that's my black. And now we can put this leaf on. Marilyn, if you're asking about Donna, how long is her holiday? She is, I think she doesn't go back until like the end of the month, I think. She's here for a bit longer. All right, so I'm just going to put that right about there, which is perfect. And now this is why we do the white first. We want to get our stamp on there. We're going to cut this leaf off, and I'm just going to follow this oval around. So there's that. We're going to bring this one in, and I will use liquid because I don't like, and I do it kind of thinner. See how kind of thin I do it down the center, but then I just make sure you get it around the outside too. It doesn't have to be super thick because our glue holds like crazy. If you want to do a little more up here where the flowers are, that's fine. I try not to do too much over here. All right, we're going to put that right along here and pull it back. All right, so just kind of make sure you have your spacing on there. So that's good. I'm fine with all that. And now I did pop this up also. My helper left. And my trash can is way across the room, so you guys are going to see I'm just piling everything up on the left over here. All right. So yeah, I want to say she left on the 9th of the month, and I think she goes quite a while. So she's going to go to LA, then she comes back up. She will be going through Yosemite, but probably not stopping and going through the falls and everything like we did, which is why they wanted to do that with us, so that we can make sure that they saw it. All right, then we're going to put this right about here. All right. And then, oh, you know what I did wrong? Let's see if we can pull this off. What I did wrong is, carefully, okay, is this has already popped up. So when this goes down, I don't need this guy, so we're going to take that off. And I am going to keep this one. And then I'm going to put glue right here. Okay, so the glue will stick to the panel that's already popped up. The paper shares did go out. She is not going to Canada, no. Pat, if you didn't get yours, let me know, okay? And I'll double check it. In fact, let me write myself a note. I'll check it when this is over. But yes, they did go out. They went out the Friday that I left, before I left. Because we left Saturday and they went out Friday. All right, so let me write that down, Pat. Bingo. All right, I got your note. I will check that out. All right, so there is that card. We just need to add our embellishments. And all this white right here, I decided it definitely needed a little bit of color. So when there's a large, a medium, and a small, I always do the large and the small right here. And then we'll put this one over here. All right, yay. So the only thing you need to do is add a sentiment. Everything else is included. You don't have to worry about anything else. And it is done and ready to go. Look how cute. So this card has the die cut flowers. And, oh, I thought I had one here that had the stamped flowers. I do, but I can't show you one of them because it's for something. But you can stamp the flowers like this. So you can stamp them, but you can also die cut them out, which is really cool. The white on this card and the first card were they embossed. The first card, yes, I'm sorry, I should have mentioned that. And oh yeah, the supplies are listed below, so yeah. So this one is from the Sips and Drinks and Sips or whatever. It's the Glass and Garden embossing folder. Okay, that's where those two came from. And then this one is the Pressed Flowers, I believe it's called. The Pressed Flowers. And yes, the flowers are Strawberry Slush. And then this is Darling Duckling. And the center is Darling Duckling. And this is Garden Green. I just received my paper share on Saturday. Took a tour getting here. Oh, goodness. I'm glad you got it. I haven't made, wait, I haven't maybe stuck in Little Rock, Arkansas. You know, I've had a couple people say that the post office still had theirs for whatever reason. So hopefully everybody's getting theirs okay. All right, so that is card number 2. Yay. I'm just going to move this stuff over to the side and all my trash. All right, that is card number 2. So let's play bingo. So my granddaughters, everybody keeps asking, you know, how did my granddaughter love Disney World? And she had a blast. She was so tired by the time we were done. Oh, thank you, Sherry. All right, let's see. Oh, good, Anna. All right, let's go. Good luck. Number 25. Number 15. Now, I have a lot of people that are that have registered for something. I can't see what it is. If it's tonight's bingo, you have to give me your numbers in the chat, so please don't forget. I want to make sure that I have them. Barbara, I got your message. You are so funny. I will take care of that. Number 18. So we didn't know if my granddaughter would like going on roller coasters. Number 20. And she absolutely loved it. Hi, Elizabeth. Thank you for joining. Number 24. She went on Space Mountain, the new Frankenstein ride. She went on that. Number 28. So Stampin' Up! The last night, they took us to Animal Kingdom. And we got to ride on the new Avatar ride. It was absolutely amazing. Elizabeth, this is our second bingo. So you could still participate tonight. You will still get all the card kits and get those mailed to you. And you will still be able to participate in the last two bingos if you'd like. Or you can sign up for June's, and there's a link for May and June below in the description. So you can go there and register and pay. Number 2, if you decide to do tonight's and register and pay, just please give me your numbers here in the chat so I make sure that I have those. Number 11. Lots of BIs and Bs. And you do have to be in the U.S. But she loved, she did the Frankenstein ride, which I thought might scare her a little bit because it was a little jerky. But she was fine. She absolutely loves Space Mountain. But the Avatar ride, if you go into Animal Kingdom and you want to ride that, they closed the park down at 7. And at 8 o'clock, we got to show up. And they had snacks for us and drinks. And we got to go on Avatar as many times as we wanted. And there was another animal, or not animal, like a water ride that everybody got to do. Number 30. Number 9. Oh, okay, Elizabeth. Well, bingo would be out. Now, classes I do also, and I don't mail the kits, but if you're ever interested in the PDF and the video link of a class, you can purchase those because you'll just get the video link and the PDF, and so you can participate that way, and you would just purchase the bundles or suite or whatever it is. Number 10. All right, we have a BING with Robin. Ellen has a BING, lots of BINs. Number 14. I came up with a fancy fold that I have not seen before. Oh, Ellen says bingo. Let's take a look. And that will be in my next class. Let's see, Ellen. All right, we have, oh my gosh, our numbers are funny. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Wow, that is crazy, and that is an awesome bingo. So Ellen has a bingo, and that is bingo number 2. Ellen has bingo number 2. Isn't that funny? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Congratulations. Tanya has a consolation, it looks like. So let me look. Tanya. Oh, mistake, she says. Okay. So I will not look up that one. Okay, my ears. I might have to take these off. Congratulations, Ellen. She's got number 2. So just send me your order. Anything up to $100 I will pay for. And then anything over I will invoice you for. All right, congratulations. And I don't see anything else. So bingo is done. Marilyn, it looks like you are a little bit behind on bingo. Just because you just typed BI right now. So make sure you grab your bar at the bottom of your video and drag it to the right so that you are caught up with the current time. Also, you guys, make sure that your chat is on live chat and not top chat or anything like that, so that you're up in the current time. All right, card number 3. I was thinking we needed a Father's Day card. So this one is going to be simple. I used the new paper from the Gallery Designs paper. And so what you're going to do is you are going to see that you're going to have a pack like this with a piece of paper. So you're going to notice that this one, because I tried using the whole pack of paper. I already had to buy a bunch of paper, but for another card, for your bonus card. And you'll see what I'm talking about. So what we're going to do is we have the card base. I'm going to move my leaf and that and my sentiment over to the side. Oh, you have 31 written down, but it should be 30. Oh, let me look at your numbers, Anna. I do have 31 written down also. You want it to be 30? I can change it now. Okay, I'm going to change it to 30 since you said it should be 30. Watch you win, and it's 31. All right, so I changed your number. Oh, no problem. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the inside, and we're not going to do the inside because we need to do the paper, and so that we can use a scrap of this to go on the inside. Okay, so I know normally I do the inside. We're going to set this aside. All right. So what we're going to do is we have our card base, and we are going to take this piece and we're going to put it on the card, and it's just giving you a little bit around the outside. So we're going to go ahead and do the top part first. All right, so we're just going to put it on here. And I like to put the white on the dark here. And the bottom is where I notice it the most if it's off, so I tend to focus on that a little bit so I can pull it over and get everything right. So that's close enough. We're going to do that on the top. Then we have a frame. Notice this one is more gray because it matches this better, okay? Whereas this one is more the browns and greens. So oh, you're right. 30 is the highest you can go. Yes, Anna, thank you. I forgot. All right, so we're going to do this with dimensionals. But, and you can actually, on this particular one, you can turn to either side, whichever one you want. So you may get this one, you may get this one. There's a variety of them. All right, I'm going to set this aside. And now what I want to do is I'm going to figure out what view do I want. Do I want a little bit of mountains and a lot of sky? Maybe you're one that you want to put your sentiment up here, okay? Do you want a lot of the green and this hill's right here? Do you want a little bit of green? And I think I want the tree, and I think I want this right here. Now, if I go up, I can get more sky, but then I'm missing out on those pretty trees right here. So I'm going to come down a little bit. And so what you could do is you could use a little piece of tape right there. You could just measure it and get an idea of what you want. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pencil. As soon as I find my pencil, right here. All right, so I'm going to take a pencil and I'm going to put this down about where I want it. I want to get some trees here, but I want that tree. I'm going to move it off of this so I can see. All right, I think I'm going to go right about there. So I know that I'm going to cut this right here and right here. Okay, and I'm not going to use this strip. If anything, I'm using this. So I'm going to cut like this. All right, so I'm going to bring this in and bring in my trimmer. And I'm liking to use this trimmer for this so that I can see the line where I need to go, and I can see it right there, and I can see it right in the middle of this right here. So I'm just going to move this over right into the middle, and I'm going to go just inside that because I want to make sure my picture is going to be smaller than the frame. So I'm going to go just on the inside of that. All right, so I'm going to pull that over just a little bit, and I'm going to cut that straight. Okay, now that's the sky, so I don't want to use that for the bottom of the inside, but I'm going to turn this, and I'm going to go, where's my mark? Right here. So I'm going to bring that back over, and I'm going just on the inside, barely, because you still want to be able to make sure you don't see the edges underneath your frame, right? So I'm going to go just a little bit under and go there. And now I'm just going to lay this on here, and I'm going to do a little pencil right here. Now notice that when I did it both long ways this, now I've got this strip that I can put on the inside, or I can turn it over and even use this gray piece on the inside, but I'm fine with this even though you really can't tell what it is. The colors match, so I'm fine with that. I did my mark right there. So again, I'm going to go right on the inside. So bring it over. Okay, there we go. So now there's this. Here's our frame. And you can tell it's just slightly smaller. Like you can barely tell that it's just a little bit smaller, but it's going to be perfect. So we're going to set that aside. Let's put this on the inside. So now we're bringing this back in, and we can put that. I think it goes this way. So we're going to go like this. I like the design here. There's a lot of green over here, so I'm going to start it on that side. So I'm just going to use this. And we're just going to put this on the bottom. You're going to see my pencil mark because I went right on the inside for my square, for my image, and so we need to take that off. All right, and I think that's fine. I don't need a line there. I don't have that in a scrap or anything. If you wanted, I guess, you could put a little shade of the blue if you want, but I think it's fine just like that. So I'm going to do that. And we're going to go ahead and put it on our green. Look how cool that looks. Like something is on my finger. All right. Oops. Of course, I like to put this on the lighter when I can see it a little bit better. All right, so there we go. What I like about this package of paper is it's got all kinds of beautiful papers in it, but it also has these great scene pictures in it. Like this came from it also. And then you'll notice on this one, it's got the green paper. It's on the back side of something. And so I thought, you know what, I'm going to use it because how often do I do a bingo or a class or something and I use all the pretty front papers and then I have nothing on the back. And then I don't use it, or I use it for something else, or I cut something. So I thought I'm going to use all the different scenes and the back sides that will match. There we go. So there's that one. And then we're going to use this. This is already glued on. So we're going to add this down. I mean, let me triple, double, triple, quadruple check. Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to put our dimensionals on here. So tomorrow's my daughter-in-law's birthday. We're going to take her to dinner. Well, actually, my son's taking her out to dinner and invited us to go. So that'll be nice. I might put on too many because I like to just make sure it doesn't go anywhere. All right, so there's that. Now, we could put this on here, which is what I will do, because I want to make sure that once I put this on, I don't want to, it's hard to tell the blue on the blue. So I'm going to put this on here, and I'm going to take all of these off. Oh, I should tell you guys, on the paper share, I wanted to, my first initial thought was to give you guys, because you know I give you a gift or a free pack, a quarter pack of paper or whatever. I was going to do the wilderness paper, the, what is it called? Wilderness Adventures or something like that. But it wasn't a regular pack of paper. It was a scrapbooking pack of paper. And I didn't order the scrapbooking pack of paper, only the two-tone paper. And so I was like, oh no. And it was more money with the stickers, and I didn't want to deal with, you know, the stickers like I've told you guys before, the pain to try to divide that up for everybody. Okay, you're going to notice this is going to go side to side, and you're going to have the spacing on the top. So see, because your frame is big. And where I got the frame is the same suite is this frame here, cuts out that outside. But now I have a bunch of the insides also that I can use for something else. So when you cut your frame out, you still, now you're going to have a smaller frame and a rectangle in the middle that you can use for something else. So it's really kind of cool to be able to, you know, have these extra pieces with one cut. All right, so now I'm going to glue this because it's going to be kind of bumpy to use my seal on it. There we go. So I just slide that. Oh, Anique, I saw somewhere you were going to bed. Good night. Yeah, you really can't go wrong with the DSPs. There's, I mean, both sides, there's a purpose. Okay, so we have a Happy Father's Day. I decided to put it in the center, kind of like a picture frame, how they have the little placard thing at the bottom. So I am going to put dimensionals on that. So that's really just the two dimensionals, the one for the frame and the one for the sentiment. All right, and then I'm going to take this, and I popped up the first one, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm, oh no, I think I did because of my bow. And I made a more loopy bow. I just did one right here, but I think I decided, you know what, I want to make it a little more where you guys can kind of pull it apart and make it whatever you want. Sorry, the noise. My husband's putting the trash cans away. All right, and then I'm going to use a glue dot. Thank you, Anna. All right, so we're going to put that right here. And I didn't glue it in addition because I'm going to be adding more stuff anyway. So I'm going to make this a little shorter. And let's That has a glue dot right there. I'm going to add another glue dot just so I make sure it sticks because of video. It'll be easier to do. Try not to add your items. You know what? I got to get my trash can because I keep throwing stuff on the floor. Hold on. Okay. Sorry, I keep just, you know, it's a habit. You just toss over there and then my trash can's gone. All right, so I'm going to put a glue dot right there. And we're just going to kind of, I'm going to do it kind of sideways right there like that. And this is going to hold it, so I'm not going to worry about glue again because now we have dimensionals going on it. Whoop. All right, and now we're just going to go in the middle. It doesn't have to be exact, but I like how this is kind of hanging out and the leaves right there, and that looks pretty darn close to center. Like I said, I'm not stressing over what's center, what's not. Sorry, I gotta turn off my sound here. So there we go. And I decided not to put embellishments on. It's a masculine card for Father's Day or a masculine birthday or whatever you choose it to be for. And so I thought that was kind of a great way to use up that scene paper in this set because there's some beautiful flowers in there and everything, but this is really cool to do with the extra papers. And then of course I forgot to add this. This is that textured paper and I'll add it. Let me write myself a note. I have these notes here that I just don't want to forget. Textured paper. And also I put a note up there for Myra Kurger. If you're still here, let me know. Because I want to see if you're in the U.S. Did I get that already? I don't think so, or I didn't see it. All right. I was wondering if it was raining in Clovis and that was thunder. Oh no, he's doing the trash cans. It's 90 degrees and warm here today. Oh, you know what, Annie? Okay, so let me tell you about that. A little tip, because I have dropped stuff in my trash can before also. Take your magnet from your Stamparatus, or if you have any kind of like I got this at a retreat. Let me show you that I went to. And right now I've got my little flowers in it, but this has a big magnet on the back. And it's great to just grab and go in the trash can, like especially if it's a die, because that's usually what happens is I drop a die in there when I'm cleaning it out or whatever. But anyway, so there you go. Oh, good. Well, hopefully she'll send me her information so I can send that to her. So do you get one or both? You're going to get one, and there's like multiple different scenes. I just did a different one so you can see that this was my original one I did, and then I decided, okay, I'm going to try other ones with the paper, and so that's what I did. So you're going to get one of these, or it could be a different one. There's a lot of different ones there. So, yeah, I love, Michelle, I agree. I love the paper. And so, anyway, lots of different paper in that pack that is going to work out perfectly. So that is card number 3. Yay! Okay, let me move that to my 3 pile over here. All right, time for bingo again. Yeah, I like it because it's a great card for Father's Day, or you could do a birthday, or I think it's a great retirement card, or you could actually do that as a sympathy or a thinking of you. I mean, just think that it's just a calming, you know, picture. You could also take this and just make it like a note card size and make it smaller if you wanted. I mean, there's lots you could do with it. But I decided I didn't want to put bling on it because it could be a sympathy or something, or like keeping it masculine. So, and you could not put a sentiment on it at all and change it and make it what you want. All right, here we go. Number 3. Telescoping tool from Harbor Freight. Harbor Freight also has that around one of those magnet trays. But yeah, anything with a good magnet. I've even used my Stamparatus magnet. because that works fine. Number 4. As long as you have a good, strong magnet. I have found many of dies. Another thing I've done is take your trash can out, your bag, and shake it because that metal will go to the bottom. And then I did it on the bottom and found it. That's usually how I find it. Because for whatever reason, even if you don't move your trash can, it tends to fall down. Number 29. I know some people guessed that Donna was here, but they've been posting pictures about California, and I think I was even in some of them. I have a lot of pictures I haven't posted yet, so I will be posting those. But I was like, oh, I'm not going to post them so that it could be a surprise. Number 19. So that was a lot of fun. I hope she's doing okay on the bike and she can find her way back. 22. I told her, well, now we are going to have to go to Australia and visit her. We've been to Australia, but not when I knew Donna. And we went on the, like, far away. Number 26. All right, lots of B's. Cheryl has a B-I. Carol, Susan, Eileen, lots of B-I's. Lisa. Number 18. Oh, my husband's over on the side of the house. I know what he's doing. We're getting ready to go on our trip and for camping, and he's getting the boat ready. That's what all that noise is. Number 14. Because he just opened up the side garage, so now I know for sure he's pulling up the boat and getting it all ready. Oh, I will. I will let you know. We'll probably still be here by the time they get back. Like I said, her daughter's going for a marathon. Number 6. So she's needing to get her running in because now they're going to be in hotels and stuff the rest of the week, so it's probably going to be treadmills for her only. 21. Because I told her I don't know that I would go running around in LA or San Francisco. So I think she's not going to do that. Oh, let me show you guys. If you haven't seen this, I'll show you real quick. This is what the washi tape looks like. And that is what the class I'm going to be doing next is. It's really cute. Ooh, Dolores has a B-I-N-G. Lots of B-I-Ns. Number 16. I absolutely love that washi tape. It's so pretty. $24. And then, of course, I broke my nail this morning. Isn't that nice? I made it all the way through Disney World, and today I opened up a little container thing and snapped off the corner. 13. Don't forget a thumbs up on my video. I really appreciate that. It does help my channel very much, especially when I've been gone. Number 28. And make sure you subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. It'll let you know when I'm live. Ooh, Seal has a B-I-N-G. Number 20. I'm going to slow down a little bit. We do have a couple with the B-I-N-G. Oh, and Carol. Ooh, and Linda and Sarah. All right, number 23. Rose. Lots of B-I-N-Gs. I'm going a lot slower right now because it's catching up and there's a lot of B-I-N-Gs. Barbara now has a B-I-N-G. And Barbara's playing for fun because she's already won one. Anna with the BI, number 17. There's a lot of glue right here. All right. Number 11. Number 11. All right. Deb has a B-I-N-G. Eileen, B-I-N. Dolores has a bingo. Let's take a look. All right, Dolores. All right, we have 6, 11, 18, 19, and 21. Yay, Dolores, congratulations. Yay! So Dolores won bingo number 3. Congratulations. All right, Tanya, make sure you grab your bar and pull it over a little bit. And make sure you're caught up. And I know sometimes I'm saying it and you guys, it's a little behind and you're still reading. All right, I don't see any others, so that game is over. Congratulations. All right, number 4. This is a card that I'm going to be honest, I was a little bit skeptical playing with this week because I was thinking, I don't know. But let me show you what we're going to use. We're going to use Turtley Awesome. And it was, I thought I would struggle using this. And I came up with a fancy fold that I really ended up thinking was really cute. And then I had somebody else look at it and they were like, oh my gosh, I wasn't sure about that set either, and she ended up really liking it. So I'm going to show it to you. It was a little bit of a challenge. Now I fussy cut my stuff out, and I know this is Anna's favorite. Anna, this card is for you. I thought of you the whole time I did this card. So I'm going to show you some tips and tricks on what I did, which made it tolerable for me, because this is not my favorite set, but I actually ended up really liking this card. It's really cute. So I'm going to put all my characters over. So I fussy cut everything out. You're going to get them just kind of, cut out of the paper. Don't lose the little hat and don't lose your gems. All right, we're going to have our sentiment piece here and here. So your Poppy Parade and your white that go together is your sentiment, and then your white and your red, your Poppy Parade, the larger piece, are going to go together. So set those aside, and then we are going to make a step card. All right, and I'm just going to make you wait to see the turtles until you see what I did with them. All right, so we're going to layer. Let's move that over. Okay, we have the large piece of the garden green, and the white is there, and then you've got that. Okay, we're going to take these pieces and just put them together. This one, they all should layer up. Okay, and this one. All right, so this is going to go in the back. This is on the left, right, and right. Okay, so this is the front, this is the back, this is the front. So this is how this layering will go. All right, so let's go ahead and start our layering. Anna even said, "Are you doing the turtles?" I said, "Yep." All right, so we're going to go ahead and put that on here. And notice I did a little bit to the left, so kind of give yourself an idea. And then I do it in liquid, so you have enough, except I put too much apparently, to move it around and get it centered. All right, so there's that one. So we're going to just layer all of these up. And the paper for the turtle is really cute. You're welcome, Sherry. All right, so I'm just going to put a little bit. I'll drop it on here and get it pretty even. And then I just move it around a little bit. Okay, there's that one. Mind you, these are thinner than these are, so make sure these are going to be the same. This one is smaller. Notice I don't go very close to the edge because if it squishes a little, it's a little easier. Garden green, yes, that is correct. All right, and just kind of get that on there. So those three are done. Let's do this one. Now I'm not going to use liquid glue. I'm going to use seal because this is where you're going to write. And if you wanted to, you can add another, piece of your turtle paper, a little party hat or whatever you want to on the back if you wanted. But I just left it white because it's on the back. It's not really part of the front of the card. But it's totally up to you, or you can stamp or whatever you want back there. All right, so there's that. That'll go in the back. And what I liked about the turtle shell paper is, see how this is going this way horizontally, and I did a portrait because it really doesn't matter, which is kind of nice to use it. And then I'm going to move that a little bit. And I like to let it dry before I really rub it and make sure it's, the glue smoothed out. You can do it in the middle. I just don't go too close to the edge because it will lay down, and then I'll do it later once it's dried a little bit. All right, so there's that. Here's the back. So we can put the back on. Your steps are going to be on the right side, so we can put this on the back. Let's add this. And now you could use the liquid if you wanted because it's not directly on the white, but I tend to really like to stick to the seal on any of the signing part just because I want to make sure. Okay, I'm going to bring in my mat here it is, so we can see it a little bit better. And I'm going to hold this down, kind of, there we go. Okay, there's that for the back. Now we're going to move to the front, and we are also going to glue down, which we might as well do now, our arch that's going to be right here. And I tend to go up towards the top, so you'll notice on the card, oh, I didn't show you the card already. You'll notice on the top that you want to see a lot of that arch. So let's put that close to the top. I'm just going to use liquid. I know it's the pretty beehives on the back side of this, but I just loved this polka dot. All right, so we're going to put that close to the top, but you still want to see the green. But you don't want to put it too close to the bottom. You want to see a lot of that, as much as you can. All right, now we're going to put that. All right, we're going to put that right here. All right, so there's that piece. Now we're going to do these pieces. So we're going to do the bottom one on the front, the small one here. It's going to go right there. And I just line it up with this. All right, so from left to right, you're really looking at this right here, because this is where that line is. All right, and then I try to make it this line up with this. So you're really looking at it like this, because you're going to be looking at that to that. Okay, so the next one we're going to put on, and it is going to come up above. Okay, so we wanted to have a decent seam. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on here like that. And then I'm going to notice you've got like, you know, 1/4 of an inch, 1/2 inch. It's really like 1/4 that I'm not going to put glue on. And so, and it's going to stay. You don't have to go all the way to the top. All right. So again, you want to do the spacing from left to right. And now you don't have to worry about the bottom. Okay, so close it up and just make sure that these look straight. And now you're going to do this one. And the thing is, you want to make sure that it is the same as this. And I'll show you on my other one, I did something different on this one, because what I decided is when I put this on here, I want it to line up to where that green is. Now you could go all the way to the top if you want, that's fine too. But I decided I'm gonna go where the green is. And so that's where I'm gonna put it. So I'm gonna open this up first, get a good idea of where I want it to go. And then I'm gonna be like, okay, right here is where I want the glue to go. So I'm going to put the glue right here. If it's down a little ways, it is not going to fall off, so don't worry about it. So I'm going to close, I'm going to open it for a second to put this in. And then I'm going to close it quickly because I want to line that up. Oh, see, that is way down. I didn't need to go that far. And I think that's what happened last time. So I'm going to bring it up and I'll just wipe that glue off. All right, so I'm going to bring it up to about right there. All right, and now I'm going to undo this because it's going to stick. And I'm going to pull that over. And now I'm going to have too much glue on here and I will fix it later, but that's what I would do. Don't go down too far. That's what I did on the other one. So if you can look at this one, see how this one's far down? I wanted it higher to see a better image. So I'm going to pull this over and I'm going to try and take some of this glue off and the glue on the back. So let's do this one first. I'm going to stick this in here. This is how I'm going to fix it. I'm going to take all this off. Do you see where the glue's at? And I just roll it off. Okay. And that's going to be just a tiny bit sticky, but not like glue. And then when it dries, you can take your eraser and get that off. All right, so we can worry about that later, this part, and we'll get that dried off. Now I'm going to take this and fold it over and do the same thing. I'm going to take all this glue off here that I didn't need. And I'll worry about the glue later, and I'll use the eraser and get it all off. So now it's tacky, but it's like not super glue, and it's not like super thick glue or anything. And if you're in the middle of this, like I would be, I could also take my embossing buddy and just kind of powder it and then delete, and, you know, and erase it later. So like this would probably start erasing, but it's going to get all gross first, and then I can clean it up. So I'm just gonna. Now it's not as sticky at all, but I'll clean that up later. See how it left the residue of the eraser? And so I'll do that later. And here. And I'll just put eraser on it. And then that is a little sticky, but not like it was. All right, so there we go. Now I like that because it's equal to the other side, which I like. And you don't have to do it that way. That's just how I'm going to do it. All right, now normally I would stamp first and then cut, but because it's bingo, you guys, if you have another piece of white paper, definitely do that. But we're going to do this, so we're going to put it on the mat so we can see it. And I'm going to use black ink. And then there's a trick with the turtles, so I'll show you that in a bit. All right, so I hope your birthday is totally awesome. And I'm looking at is totally awesome because it's very straight at the bottom. So that's straight right there. So that's what I was looking at when I was doing this. So I can kind of try to get it straight. Hi, Glenda. All right, so there's that. And that will glue onto here, so I'll set that aside. Now this one, I'm going to do Hooray and Poppy Parade because that's the color in this paper. All right, so I have that stamped. I have the sentiment. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this over here. Let's glue this one and get it on here. I'm just going to use seal. So because it's seal and not liquid, which you could do either one, I'm going to kind of try to lay it down. Make sure I have some spacing here. There we go. That's good. So that one's done. This one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it out. Okay, so here's Hooray. I cut it out. I'm going to put it on the paper. All right, so I'm going to put it on the paper. So I'm going to glue it on there. And you don't want to put a lot of glue. We're going to let this dry a minute. And then we're going to cut the red. The Poppy Parade color. So let's put our red. Our Hooray on here. Okay, don't put a lot. You don't want the ink all squishing everywhere. All right, we're going to let that dry. We're going to bring this back in and put our sentiment at the bottom. So it's kind of like what the turtle's going to stand on. Okay, so I just kind of went to the edge of that, but let's look and see what we have. And the guy that we have looking to the right is this guy. So I want him to stand there. This is what he's doing. Okay, and they're all going to be a little bit different. So the same thing I did as I did before is I'm going to, I have different images that we're going to work with. So I'll show you in a minute. So let's put this on here. Is the body of the step card soft seafoam? Yes, it is. Yes, soft seafoam. I want to make sure, just in case. It should be listed below, but now I did it really fast, so just in case I wrote myself a note so I can make sure I add it. All right, so we're going to add this and we're going to pop this up because he's going to be standing up on it. All right, so we're going to stand him. Now you're going to see that this one's going to look different because it's got different characters. So I'm going to hold this from the top here and I'm going to go right to the bottom, right there. No, I'm going to go to the bottom of the green. I think that the sentiment sticks out a little bit better. It's easier to see than if it was up and you have the dots right there. So I'm going to do that. And then this guy is going to probably go here. That's my first thought. All right, and then, but we got to do some stuff with him first. And then I have the trumpet player guy. We'll put him back here. I'm debating. We could put this guy here and this guy up here because he's a different color. So I like that he's a different color against a lot of that green. So we're going to have him go there. All right, let's take our hooray and we are going to fussy cut that now. So I fussy cut the hooray already. Where are my glasses? And now we're going to fussy cut around it so that it has a backup color. So I'm just going to go along with what I already did, but outside of it a little bit so you can see the Poppy Parade color. So it doesn't have to be super close. It's just giving it a little bit of color. You can give it as much of an edge that you want. If you're like, oh, that's too close, I want it bigger, you can do whatever you want. All right. Sometimes I think it's harder to do it like this because you get a background without a die. And then you're like, oh, I cut the corner too short. And then you end up with no red behind part of it, which happens. But no one's going to sit there and tear it apart. It just adds a little bit of something to your card. And then I just kind of go with the letters. It doesn't have to be exact. I just kind of wiggle it. You don't want a straight line because then it doesn't look like it goes along with the word. It just looks like a rectangle. And you could just do a rectangle. Instead of doing this, you could just do a tighter rectangle around the word. So you don't have to do like this. All right. So there we go. So I just added the red around it. All right. All right, now comes the fun part. We're going to put that aside. Now we're going to work on our turtles. Here's his balloon. And we're going to put a hat on this guy. We don't want the hat to go up too high there. And this guy might be a little bit difficult to do. And because he's got a trumpet. My people didn't have a trumpet on the other card. So we'll think about this guy in a minute. I just think the lines on the turtles, like, I just think they look weird, like old, wrinkly, whatever. I just didn't like it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this oh, thanks, Rosie. I will add it. Hi, Gwen. I'm going to take this and I'm going to go right down, right where the shell is, and right where the turtle's neck is. So just go down, and I'm going to go around. I'm going to round my cutting right around the shell. Okay, so we're going to take the turtle's head off. Sounds fun, doesn't it? We're going to take his head off. And turtles their heads pop out of their shell, right? So we're going to put his head down a little ways. Like and get rid of those ugly lines that I do not like. And we're going to use a glue dot right now. And I'm just going to use the smallest part of this glue dot and take it off. And then I'm going to lay him down, his head and his body, and I'm just going to come right up and get rid of those lines. Okay, so now we have the cute little turtle with no funky looking necklines. All right, and you could trim those little triangles off right there, but I think they're fine. And so we're going to leave that, and we're going to put... I'm going to put a tiny bit of glue right here, just because he just has a glue dot right there, and this guy is going to be at the top. So we want to make sure his head doesn't go anywhere. So I'm going to let that glue dry a little bit before I poke it down. Because if you don't move it around when it's super wet, it won't squish glue everywhere. So I just want to make sure that it starts to dry, and then we'll take care of that. So we'll move him there. This guy, we can do the same thing. He's already got a party hat on, so we're going to take his head all the way down to his shell. And what you'll notice is there's a white trim, so just kind of be careful of that. around the outline of your turtle. And we're going to circle, go with the shape of his inner turtle shell area there. And this little guy is going to come out, and we're going to move him down also. So we're going to move his little head downward instead of having those funky lines that I don't like. Yes, I'm doing plastic surgery. All right, Janine. Troublemaker. All right, so I'm going to take my glue dot again, put it on my turtle. Oh. And I'm going to put a little bit of glue just right here. I'm going to lay that down, take my turtle, and I'm going to turn this body just a little bit. All right, so there we go. Now, if you really wanted to, you could take this little corner right here and angle it down and cut it, but I really don't think you need to. Okay, so now, oh, look at my ears are in the way, sorry. You know, wearing ears for a long time is probably not the best idea because they kind of hurt. Okay, there's that guy. Now we could put him on the left if we wanted to, which is our plan. We could put the trumpet guy on the left and put this guy, but no. I'm going to put this guy as my main main guy with the gift. I like him. And he's going to have a balloon. And then we've got this guy here with no wrinkly neck, but we've got this guy. Now I'm a little concerned about him because he's got the trumpet going to his mouth. So we may not be able to do anything with this, but where's my stamp set? All right, so my first thought, which we don't have in this kit, but remember the little tiny bow tie that we had? What set was that with? I know I used it a lot, and now I can't remember what it is. The little tiny bow tie. Maybe find that and put a little bow tie on him. I just don't like the wrinkly neck, but we may not be able to do anything with this guy. I'm going to have to think about where the bow tie came from. If anybody can remember, let me know. Okay, so now we are going to pop this guy up. Now, this one, I ended up putting a dimensional between the shell and the head so that his shell looked like it was out and his head was way back, but I thought it looked a little funky. Whereas this guy looks like he just fits right, you know, it's his whole body right there, and I thought it looked a little bit better. So we're going to go with him. And we are going to have him, he's going to be standing on the sign. So we need to put dimensionals on him. Where did my... Oh, here they are. I'm like, I know I already used another set. All right, we're going to put his head, his cake or whatever that was. We're going to, I like to use the triangles versus this half dimensional because it's a little smaller. So I'm going to do this. Well, you know what, Michelle, I wasn't going to order it at all, and I thought, you know what, my grandkids would probably really like this. So I showed my granddaughter when she was here, I showed her my swaps, not my swaps, my bingo cards. I said, oh, these are the cards I'm going to do for bingo, and we were just chatting, and she said, I love the turtle card, and I just about started busting up laughing because that's my least favorite, but I wanted to show that you can make it work. And so I'm thinking, okay, also these hands, I don't like them. I'm going to show you how it works. Oh, the dino. Okay, so I would suggest the dino bow tie. You're right, I did a lot of dinos, and that is exactly where it came from. And you could even put it on all of them if you want, but I think the little trumpet guy, put a Poppy Parade bow tie on him. I don't know where my dinos are right now, or I would look for the dies, but so that is what I would do. All right, so we're going to put this little guy I have dimensionals on the legs, but not all the way down to the feet because I want him to kind of be popped up right there. So let's take this off. We have one more bingo after this, so hopefully you will be the winner. Be careful pulling that off. You don't want to pull the head off yet. Remember that it's a glue dot, but also a little bit of glue so it doesn't go anywhere. We're just going to put him right. I'm just going to make sure I go right up with the dimensionals. Okay, so there he is. Look how cute he is. Now we need his balloon. We're just going to stick the balloon like it's coming out of his hand, like he's holding onto a balloon also, because we want to kind of fill up some of that space. So let's do that. Let's see. I don't think I worried about, no, I did not worry about the string. You could also add it behind the dimensional and kind of stick it in there if you wanted. What I'm going to do is add a little bit of glue. So we're going to add a tiny bit of glue at the end of this right here. Even though it's not even with the dimensional, it's okay. We're going to pop that back here. And I'm going to go down a little ways so that the balloon is kind of on the seam. And I'm just going to lay this and rub that right there just to keep that down a little bit. Okay, so there we go. So now he's holding the balloon with his hand right there, his gift, and that. We're going to put some gems on there. The other thing I did is everybody's getting different color gems that all matches the suite. The thing is now we don't get our free dimensionals that I used to give to everybody. You're still going to get some stuff for free, but I'm kind of using all different colors. And I'm going with the paper using different characters because otherwise I'm going to end up with 50 packs of paper with all of these 3 gone, and then I have a bunch of other stuff. So I thought, well, I like mixing it up. I mean, he's so cute with his glasses. There's a lot of ones that I think are really cute. And we're going to do different. Okay, we're going to add a hat with this little guy, which means we're going to cover up his little tiny hairs right there. But that's okay. That's going to help us glue. So we're going to add a little bit of glue right there. We're going to add his hat. We're going to have a dimensional on it. Oh, no, we're not, because he's going to be sticking up. So we just want to make sure. I'm going to put it on here too, just a little bit across. And we're just going to make sure. I don't want to cover up his eyebrows, but I want to cover up. I'm going to tilt his hat a little bit. So some of you may get this one, some of you may get other ones. I try to do different ones facing different ways so that they all fit. All right, so there he is. So he'll go over here, and then this little guy will be up here. We're going to move him down farther. We may even put him here and put this guy right here so that he's popped up a little bit. There doesn't have to be anything on this one. I'll put a gem right there like I did on this one. I put a gem on this one. We'll just put it here because of the way they're, so put them where you want. We're going to put this guy right here and we're going to pop him up. Okay, so let's pop him up. And I'm going to use the triangles again on his legs because that's all that's holding this guy up. So we want to make sure we have, he's going to be all the way on the front, so we can put this all the way on the bottom, but I'm going to go up a little because we need to give him some support. If we put him on the front, I'm even going to put one right across right here. So let's do the second one on his other leg. Uh-oh, where did it go? Okay, up a little ways. Let's do a third one on his bum right there so he's secure. We'll just put it like here. All right, so we will, I want to make sure that this right here glue is not showing because when you close the card it might get stuck. All right, now this is like one of those cards that you kind of paste everything together like paper dolls. My little trumpet guy needs a bow tie, but I'll fix that later. But just so you know, that's what I'm going to do. All right, so we're going to put him right here. All right. There we go. Wipe the glue. Now this little guy is going to have dimensionals all over because you can't go above because the card will go above and we don't want that. All right, so that's good. I'm going to put one right here because it's on his neck holding it. And we're just going to put some on this guy because he's a big guy. All right, and then we can use these for the legs. And on his stumpy hands, which I also don't like, we're going to fix that. All right, so he is going to go over on this side. All right, so we can put him down. Yeah, Leslie, well, I would agree with that. Although I do know a lot of adults that absolutely love dinosaurs. I mean, not dinosaurs, turtles. I wonder if that was a new grid paper that is just lovely. Oh, this is a glass mat. It's a really big one because I do a lot of mass production. And so this one just works really well for me. All right, I am putting this guy all the way to the top because you want to see his sign that's going to hide his stumpy hands, like he's holding this sign. And we're going to pop it up. So we're going to put one on his hand here, one in the middle, and we're going to put one at this end. All right. So we have this end, and we have his hand here. We're going to take that off so we can hide his ugly hands. I think they found us Donna's back. All right, so we can either move it way out. It's hard because you, like this one, you can't really see either that he has his hands right there, but it looks like he's holding the sign, and that's what I wanted with this guy, is to just see that he is holding the sign. So I'm going to put the O right there. And so he's just kind of holding it. And now we can see the sign. All right, so now we need our embellishments. So I'm going to take the large one and put it there, a small one and put it up here, and I'm going to put this small one here, and I'm just going to put it right there. So other than this guy needing a bow tie, which is kind of cool because if you do it in the Poppy Parade, it's going to, the red is going to be kind of, you know, throughout instead of this no red right here. So I love the idea. We're going to add the little bow tie right there. So there is that. All right, but now remember, I'm going to clean this up, and then this one's not bad right here. I'll clean that up too. So there we go. So there's, so not so bad, right? We're not big fan. Donna's back. We're not huge fans of the turtles, which we already knew. It's Anna's favorite though. And so I cut their heads off and tucked them in. And except this guy, we're going to get the dino bow tie.
Okay.
And put it on. And we're going to do Poppy Parade so that it's a perfect, because I forgot the trumpet. You really can't cut his head off. So we did a little plastic surgery. We're all good to go. What is that? Oh, inside. You could put the sentiment. You could put the sentiment on the inside. That was what my note meant. Does Donna like the turtles?
No, not really.
No.
Sorry to say.
There's a new stamp set coming that I cannot wait for. It's a sneak peek we got. But 'Donna is not the biggest fan of it. But apparently a lot of the Australians, it wasn't their favorite. I loved it. Everybody else seemed to love it. So I think it's just a style thing. Because
it's an American thing, I think.
Because you do stuff that we probably, you know, it's just a thing.
And even at our one stage, hardly
this one's all messed up because
hardly anybody did the turtles.
Yeah.
Everybody did the flowers at on stage. Like, the line was massive and hardly anyone did the turtles.
Yeah, us too. Same with the U.S.
Yeah.
Yeah, the turtles were not a fave. Like I said, I bought it because I thought, you know what? Some people asked for it. And so I was like, okay. Enjoy the weather there. It's freezing in Melbourne.
It's hot here.
No, I do not.
Oh, my God.
Like
Maureen Williams. Well, we did about nearly 7.5 kilometres.
7.5 kilometers.
Yeah.
Which is how many miles?
Ooh. I'll work it out. I'll tell you.
Alexa, how many miles is 7.5 kilometers?
7.5 kilometers is about 4.66 miles. You have a new notification.
Alexa off. Irritate me. You notice I changed it to a male's voice. So you found us okay?
We found our way back.
All right. Well, we are doing our last bingo and we're done. Yay, yay. All right. So good luck, everybody. Let's see. Somebody said, Anna said, no, it's not. I fibbed. She does not like that. The turtles. Marilyn, well, spill up, Marcie. What's the news? It is, I can tell them, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we're allowed to show them too.
In fact, I think I posted it on my business page, on my business Facebook page, but it is pears. It's pears. It's beautiful, like a distressed, not stressed. What do you call that?
Multicolored, like you could get.
Yeah, what do they call that? Not distressed. What's the word I'm looking for? The pears. Distinctive. It's the distinctive stamping, and it's pears with leaves. It's really nice. But I didn't realize that Donna said, it's so funny because all the Australians that were kind of sitting together were like, Well, of course, there might be Australians.
There was 2 Australians, a New Zealander, and an American. The American went, oh my God, I love the pears. We've all gone, nah, don't like the pears.
I loved it, though. Oh, Grace, that's funny. My upline and I, whenever we're chatting, and one of us says that our other one always answers, so it's really funny. All right, let's go. Good luck, everybody. Number 29. Distinctive. Yep, Stacy, that's it. Pears. Oh, they're beautiful, Anna. You'll have to look on my business Facebook page. Number 20. I think I posted them. If not, I will. Who do you give fruit cards to? I just had this conversation with a friend. That's a good question.
See, that's probably why we don't like the pears. Someone that likes fruit, obviously.
You could say, you're such a fruit. No, maybe not. I was thinking of you're such a nut. But, yeah, fruit might not work. 21. You could say, it could be a sympathy card. I don't know.
I mean, paired with the flowers.
Number 1. Oh, yeah. You could do
paired with the flowers.
Paired with the flowers would be very pretty. Number 11. Let's see. What else would I use that for? Hey, come over and help me make a pear cobbler. I don't know. I don't know, but they're pretty. Number 2.
We're such a great pair.
There we go. We're such a great pair. A Valentine's Day card. 17. Now, sometimes I get a set because I like it, and then I look at it like, what am I going to use this for?
Yep.
Flowers, I never have that issue. All right, lots of BIs and Bs. Number 25. Look at us. It's only 7:30, and we even did some chatting about Disney. Number 19. You could say, we make such a perfect pair. Yep, Olivia, you are right. Maybe a get well card. Oh, Maureen, that's a good one. Number 12. Or, hey, I just bought a new pair of shoes. 26. All right, let's see. Eileen has BING already. Deb, Janine. Oh, I seem like I've been chatting and I'm going quite fast. I better slow down. I'm on a roll with the beans. All right, number 8. Janice with the bean. Lots of beans. B-I-Ns too. You guys are. Number 16. Picking good numbers. So don't forget the tote class. I should be mailing that out at the end of the month. So if you're interested, join that class. Number 4. There's a link below and also, of course, on my blog. Number 7. And June's bingo is up. Number 24. Ooh, Mary Jo has a B-I-N-G now. Leslie. Number 30. So whenever I refresh, like if I go off of bingo and go to something like YouTube and come back, it always gets me even farther behind. Sarah and Deb both have B-I-N-G. 15. Elizabeth says, hi, Marcie and Donna.
That's not Elizabeth Mayer, is it?
Yeah.
Yes. Hey, Elizabeth.
Tanya has B-I-N-G. Robin and Anna both. Oh, Deb says she has, I'm going to keep that one out just in case. Deb has bingo. Let's take a look. Number 4, 11, 17, 21, and 29. Congratulations, Deb. You are so imaginative with your creations. Thank you. Okay, so Deb has bingo number 4. Is there anybody that has a consolation prize? Elizabeth says, hi, and glad you're having a wonderful time. All right. Yay. Bingo, where did you get the glass mat? My glass mat is, I think it was HSN. They had a huge thing, but it's been a while. So.
Oh, God, I'm in the video. I didn't like
Donna's like, wait, I'm all sweaty from riding the bike.
I'm like standing there like in La La Land.
And I'm like, oh, no lipstick. That's fine. Forget to take my caps off. Oh, no worries. So thank you guys so much for joining me for bingo. I hope you had a good time. If you have any questions, let me know. I will add those items to the list that I forgot. Have really enjoyed the bingo with Donna as a guest. Love how she uses different words for what she calls things. Yep. Where did you get the... Oh, I already answered that. But so don't forget, on Sunday I will not be here. It's Memorial Day weekend, and I always go to Pinecrest and go cabin camping. What do you call that? Camping.
Glamping?
Well, it's glamping in a cabin, but yeah.
Clamping.
Cabbing. I don't know. I'm going glamping in a cabin, and I will see you on Wednesday. And Wednesday we will talk about Disney World. I'll answer questions. If you guys want to know anything, message me. I'll make sure I write that down, and we'll go over some items about the trip, and I'll post more pictures and pictures with Donna and I. We did a lot the last couple days, and I'll get those posted. And oh, good. I'm glad you guys liked bingo. Any sneak peeks for next month? Oh, for bingo? Oh, I only have one card prepared. that I can't show you, but it is with the Impressions of Bloom. Is it? Yeah. It's with the Impressions of Bloom, and it's a fancy fold. I also, that's the only card I have done so far. There is a fancy fold coming up in my, what's that class called? Impressions
A Bloom.
No, not that one. This one. With the washi tape, the Extraordinary Floral. This is 2 dies. It only comes with 1, but I buy 2. But with the washi, and this is what the paper looks like. And then you can only cut out 1 full color with 1 of the dies. I like doing, you know, I put them on a full sheet like that, and then I can just cut them, or I can put part of it in and just cut this one and then cut this one. But I always get 2 dies just in case, because you can put them sideways and do them both at the same time. So I will be doing a class with this, and I'm doing a fancy fold that is really different. And so that's going to be kind of fun. And I only have 1 card prepared for that so far. So I'm still working on that. So there's really not any sneak peeks. Don't forget your Skeeter spray. Oh, with camping? Yeah, I sure will. Thank you. I'm glad you said that. Bonus card. Anna, thank you.
I was going to say.
I know. It was hiding behind the turtles. Go figure. All right, so the bonus card, you might have seen a sneak peek about it. My ears. My head is sunburned, by the way. So when you see me scratching my scalp, it is fried. And I'm going to be dandruff lady anytime now. Enjoy the rest of the holiday. Will you show the thank you card next time? No, I'm going to show this to you now. Thumbs up. Thank you, Michelle. Let's see. I thought I saw another question. Nope. Okay, so the bonus card, I did show the packaging as a sneak peek. So this card is the card I will be making Wednesday. So when we're talking about Disney World and I show you my swaps and all that kind of good stuff, we will be making this card. And this will be in your kit. So have your card ready and you guys can make it along with me if you'd like. But this is the card. And then when you open it, so you will get everything but this stamp, and this stamp is in the Gallery Blooms bundle. And if you don't have it, you can just choose flowers of your choosing. And the ink colors that I use is the Secret Sea and the Cloud Cover. And so I will show you what I did with these without the ink pad. You can make that work. And so that is your fancy fold. And then you have on the back is where you would put your message on the back. Okay. So this will be on Wednesday. There are still a couple of bingos left, I believe, from tonight. So you will also get this card and everything else you saw tonight. So if you think about it and you missed bingo, but you still want the kits, there are some still available. And the price is the same as what I would charge for a class. My classes are like 40 to 50, depends on the class. And so it would really be like getting a class. You get the video, you get the kits, and there you go. I love anything blue. Good. Wow, love it. Thank you, gorgeous. Okay, good. I'm glad you guys like it. All right. Have a fantastic week, and I will see you next Wednesday at 5:30. Bye, everybody.